Hi, my name is Ian Dario.
My name is Viana Chirinos. My name is Serena Green, and as I stated before, today we're going to talk about
Endothermic reactions.
What is an endothermic reaction? It's a chemical or physical process that absorbs energy, typically heat, from its surroundings, causing the surroundings to cool down. These are a few examples for endothermic reactions. So first we have photosynthesis, where the plant requires sunlight to make food. Then we have melting ice, where ice takes heat from its surroundings, making it into liquid water. We can also take, for example, cooking an egg, where heat is absorbed to break bonds and form new ones for the proteins. So right now we're going to show some visuals to explain endothermic reactions. So now I'm going to talk about the root word. So basically, endo means like inside or inner, and thermic means relating to heat. So that's how endothermic is composed.
This happens because the energy needed to break the bonds in the reactants is greater than the energy released when a new bond forms in a product. As a result, the surroundings lose heat and feel cooler. A real-life example for the endothermic reactions would be sweating. Like, for example, I sweat at practice all the time, and when sweat evaporates, it takes the heat away from your skin, cooling you down. Another real-life example would be dissolving sugar in water. Sometimes when making lemonade, you have to mix the lemon with sugar and water. So the process can absorb heat, making the water feel cooler.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Ian Dario. Today I'm gonna do an interview about endothermic reactions. Can you please state your name, your profession, and how old are you?
Hi everyone, my name is Ana Nariva. I am an undergrad student in chemical engineering with a concentration in biotech, and I'm 20 years old.
So few questions, 4 questions. What does it mean for a reaction to be endothermic?
Okay, for us to understand what an endothermic reaction is, we should first discuss what a reaction is. So a reaction is when something happens. Like anything can be a reaction. Like you cooking something up, that's a reaction. You running, that's a reaction. It all depends on the system you're seeing and how does the system relate with its surroundings. So an endothermic reaction is when you choose a system, and for a reaction to happen within that system, you need to put energy into the system, meaning that it's not a process that occurs spontaneously. Instead, you apply energy, whether it's force or thermal energy or any type of energy.
Okay, thank you. What happens to the temperature when there's an endothermic reaction?
Okay, so it depends on the temperature of what you're asking me. So if you're saying what happens to the temperature of the system, that obviously goes up because a reaction is happening. But if you're talking about the surroundings, temperatures goes down because the system is taking up the energy of the surroundings.
Okay. And can you give me a daily life example of an endothermic reaction?
There are a lot of endothermic reactions happening right now as you speak. The digestive system is constantly producing ATP to break down glucose, and that's an example of an endothermic reaction.
Okay, thank you. And during your profession in laboratories, what endothermic reactions take in place inside those laboratories?
So as I said, endothermic reactions are pretty common in biological processes, and I work a lot with biological processes, specifically protein expression. So while the entire process of protein expression is complicated and it's made up of exothermic and endothermic reactions. Exothermics are basically the opposite of endothermic, meaning that they release heat in the environment. But an example of an endothermic reaction is when I express protein in E. coli in the process of protein production. That's an example of an endothermic reaction, or like at least the beginning stages when you like break down bonds and like create new bonds.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I prepared for you today. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great night.
You too, thank.
Buenos días. En respuesta a este cuestionario de 5 preguntas, la primera pregunta es: ¿qué es una reacción endotérmica? En palabras sencillas. Bueno, una reacción endotérmica es aquella que por su definición lo que nos conlleva es a decir de que una reacción en la cual absorbe el calor, no expulsa calor, sino que absorbe el calor para llevar a cabo el proceso reactivo o el proceso químico. En el cuerpo humano, dice, ¿ocurren reacciones endotérmicas? Claro que sí. Hay ejemplos bien claros de reacciones endotérmicas, como por ejemplo cuando nosotros necesitamos para provocar el movimiento de un músculo, necesitamos ATP, adenosintrifosfato, que se producen enlaces químicos internos en el organismo para provocar, por ejemplo, el movimiento de un músculo. También en la formación de proteínas y en la formación de... que nosotros podamos cicatrizar una herida, necesitamos la síntesis de proteínas, si no, no se podría cicatrizar una herida. Y en la formación de lípidos también nosotros necesitamos este tipo de reacciones endotérmicas donde se absorbe el calor. Un ejemplo de una reacción endotérmica, bueno, un ejemplo es el anabolismo, que se produce en la formación de energía y donde se absorbe calor, se absorbe energía y se producen las reacciones como lo que llamábamos anteriormente la cicatrización. ¿Por qué es importante las reacciones endotérmicas para la salud o los tratamientos? Bueno, son importantes porque mantienen el equilibrio interno del organismo. Son importantes porque conducen a la construcción y reparación de los tejidos, por ejemplo, cuando hay heridas, cuando hay una lesión muscular, una lesión tendinosa. A través de esos procesos químicos internos también se produce la cicatrización y reparación de los tejidos dañados. ¿En qué se diferencian las reacciones endotérmicas de las exotérmicas? Bueno, endotérmicas, endo es dentro, o sea, el organismo absorbe el calor. En la exotérmica, el organismo expulsa calor, libera energía. ¿Qué casos específicos liberan energía en el organismo? Bueno, la respiración. Cuando uno respira, la respiración libera energía. En el proceso de digestión, cuando uno se come un mango, por ejemplo, y se produce un proceso de digestión, se libera energía, así como se libera agua. Y en el proceso endotérmico se absorbe energía, síntesis de proteínas, ADN, y en el anabolismo en sí, que es síntesis. Saludos, mi querida hija.
Alright, so the first question that I got is, how would you describe an endothermic reaction in simple terms, and why do you think it's important for engineers to understand it? An endothermic reaction is basically the process where there is an exchange or the absorption of heat that a substance or a project can sustain, the absorption of heat. And why is it efficient, and why do I need to understand it the most? Why engineers need to understand it the most? It's because mostly the transfer of energy is the core of all of our designs, of all of our estimations. And having the lack of precision in this specific measurements and this specific calculations can lead to inefficiencies, which would cause a lot of problems within the design and the execution of our projects. Alright, so question number 2. In what situations or projects could an electrical engineer come across endothermic reactions? That's a very funny question. It's almost seen on a daily. Some of the few examples that I've seen are seen in battery technology, but mostly on the daily basis, some of the examples that we might not see but are taking place day by day or day to day is the chemical reactions that are seen between phase cooling systems. Phase cooling systems are the systems that are in charge of basically doing the energy conversion from medium voltage to lower voltage. So it's basically the absorption of heat in the most efficient way, also in the most secure way, so that we're all able to receive energy properly. But it's something that we cannot see, but also it's easy to understand once we dive into the process of understanding that endothermic reactions can take place in almost all of engineering fields, and it's quite particular and quite fascinating in electrical engineering. At the end of the day, for question number 4, we as engineers have to be able to understand that energy transfer, energy efficiency, and temperature control are some of the few things that are really, really, really important in understanding how important, or how can I say this, how indispensable it is to actually maintain these specific criteria in order for a project, let's leave it at a project, to be successful.
In conclusion, endothermic reactions absorb heat from their surroundings, which makes the temperature around them drop. They need energy to happen, like when ice melts or when we cook food. These reactions show how energy can move and change during chemical processes.